My name is Hannah Adams. I'm a contemporary fiber artist and weaver. I focus a lot on themes of tenderness and softness in relationship to craft theory and feminism within my work. Pizza Friday, I honestly describe it as a organized, disorganized mess. It is a woven tapestry that is then folded up and draped and hung on the wall. And actually the majority of the surface that we see with that piece, we're seeing the backside of the weaving. So we're seeing all the undone ends, everything that we're taught to hide, but it's kind of on full display for the viewer. So we get a sense of the tactile nature of the weaving itself, like the structure, the inner structure that's usually more hidden. The imagery is also obscured in that piece. The piece itself was kind of a mess, to be honest. I took a lot of suggestions. I used darker colors than I normally do. And honestly, I hated it. So as I installed it for the first time, I found that it was more impactful folded up. So kind of this compartmentalizing, kind of folding up, discarding of all of these suggestions that weren't serving me, that I tried and kind of was like, we're getting rid of these to a certain extent. So it definitely became, at least in its form, this removal of myself from what wasn't helping. One of the big things that kind of leads us into softness is also, and feminism is also craft theory. We both want craft to be this perfect model, this perfect object, but that we also need it to break down this the soullessness of capitalism by being the presence of the hands, and how craft is neither and both, and it can become this third thing. So this idea that creating something beautiful and then kind of destroying it or leaving the loose ends can become a way to break down what craft is and a way to break down what an object is, which I think leads into this idea of feminism and softness, by breaking down what it means to be perfect, by breaking down a well-crafted object, but also willing to be open enough to show the loose ends, to show something that maybe a viewer isn't going to engage in the way of this is a perfect textile. This idea that, women are still people, that we are still as messy and as terrible as men are, in a different way. Life happens when you let go, when you allow for the imperfection to exist.